From Baltimore's Inner Harbor, we're live from M&T Bank Stadium. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
Well, love him or hate him, Rodgers not ready to leave the league until he's satisfied with how his final chapter reads. He didn't get the storybook ending he wanted last year, taking another run at channeling all that doubt into success one final time.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Throw complete to Thielen. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Rodgers to throw. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
It's a gain of 6.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
They sneak it with Rodgers. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2. And the Steelers, first down. 1st and 10.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And we got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders. He's signing for it.
We'll find space for a few yards that time. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Warren. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. He picks up 15 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
They toss to Warren, running right. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt. So they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Needing 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest. But, man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting a quarterback in the rhythm, right? Yeah. Just feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5 and to finish it off for 6. That is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Ravens nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, he just continued showing he can run anywhere and anytime he wants, including to nearly a 3rd MVP award. I love the 4,000-yard passing season, and sure, 45 total touchdowns now. Now it's just getting back to that elusive Super Bowl for the Ravens.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. The Steelers have played to an early lead. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
A draw now. This is Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Another run for Henry. Let's call that a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Changing it up here, Jackson. And he's going to score a touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. On the return, here's Gainwell. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Roman Wilson reels it in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Line up the design keeper. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. And send their tight end right. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
1st and 10.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
At the Ravens' 29-yard line.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. The Ravens bringing out an extra defensive back on this third down play. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And they get to him again! And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Machine Ali on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers side of the field. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Lamar now from the gun. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it's going to be 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Lamar throwing again. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
New set of downs for him from the 31. And again, it's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Tyler Loop after the Ravens to attempt this field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Loop knocks it through, and it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. Lobs this up, left sideline, looking for something big. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Ali to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit applied by Keanu Benton.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get a few here, brought down at the 33-yard line.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Lamar back to throw. That's the line he's going to run for it. Shoots away from one. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
And a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down, and they go right back to it. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Mitchell up the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Looks like they go an option keeper on 1st and 10. They get to him behind the line block. Looks like they're going to lose a couple on that zone read. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
From the gun, Jackson. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Well, Brock, it looked like it took the full defense a while to recognize that he was actually running with it. I think it limited their ability to stop what turned into a pretty impressive touchdown.
I think you're exactly right on this one, Kate. Not too many scrambles go this far for a touchdown. And you got to give some credit to the guys around him. None of those receivers, tight ends, well, they just sold it. They didn't look back at him. Had they? I think the defense is able to react and stop that touchdown. Instead, that's 6 big points on the board.
An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
17. Steelers 10.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Austin's there to haul it in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
second down. Warren. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
A gain of 26 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down from the 42. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That play made by an all-pro from last season, Marlon Humphrey. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Rodgers from the gun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
A 58-yard attempt.
The kick is off the mark, no good. And the deficit remains unchanged here in the 4th.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Baltimore running its offense out now. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Throwing the out route complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Going all the way to the end zone here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Jackson now on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here's Tyler Loop in a high-pressure spot. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. It's far enough, but does not get the redirect off the upright. It's no good. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a two-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been the death knell. But the miss, you just see it breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
The Steelers' offense headed out. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now trail by just a point in the 4th.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
17.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. This makes it up to the 25. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Ravens to the line now, 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Gets it to his fullback. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. The pass pulled in by Henry. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10 from the 43. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's the handoff. Has a lane inside the 35. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th-quarter lead. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Here's Luke for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 17.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They put Austin in motion left. Rodgers going to throw on first. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. Well, John Harbaugh's challenged plenty of calls in his career, and he's got the red flag out once again. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
Review the play. The ruling on the field stands.
Well, a further look was all for naught. The call stands. John Harbaugh's challenge fails. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Fits it through the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Steelers down by 7. First down. Here's Rodgers. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Defense nearly just ended this game. Going to be trying to do so again here on 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
First down, Steelers.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And that is exactly what you're looking for on a first down run. He picked up 7.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. That's Metcalf running the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
On first down, Warren. They'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Setting up to pass. And he brings it in. Touchdown. And a big decision coming up for him now.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this.
Previous play is under review.
Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth.
24.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
He's brought down at the 31. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here he is to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Starting from the 5. He dodged the tackle. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution and more than likely making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. You know, not much to be had on that first down, Brock. First couple of plays of overtime. How do you approach things?
SOS. And I'm not talking desperation. I'm talking about stay on schedule.
Overtime just getting started. Both teams are going to get a chance with the football here. We've got second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
At the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43. Flying down the middle of Henry. And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on first down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
On first and 10, it's Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Blitz coming, Lamar. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to get him right up near that first down. But he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or what make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Looking to throw it. Has his man. It's caught by Andrews. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Throw is caught. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 11.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Trying to run with Henry. And he scores! It's a touchdown! The first drive of overtime! Now for the extra points and a 7-point lead to defend here in overtime. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
31. Steelers 24.
Well, in past years, this game would have been over on that score. But starting this year, their opponents get to respond as we are back underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
You can't start a fire without a spark. Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge game that totally changes the tone of the drive.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout, as they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Caught near the goal line. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers making a 1-point game. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Now for the point after to keep this one going. And everyone can breathe easier here as he knocks the point after through. And now it's golden goal here in overtime. Next score wins. Now, these new overtime rules have given us quite the game here, haven't they? Now it is next score wins as we're off again. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down. Here's Lamar. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll have the first down, but we're inside of 20 seconds to play now. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 33. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And that'll leave them with just one remaining in overtime. All right, Brock, both teams have had their opening salvos. Next score wins it in OT as they come up on second down. From the gun, Jackson. Andrews snags another one. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Now they'll stop the clock with 9 seconds left in OT.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Jackson yet again. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
And again, it's Jackson. Taking a chance to the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. Maybe a little rattled after that near interception. Let's see how he plays this on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. Pass pulled in by Henry. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And overtime rules gave them a chance to answer touchdown with touchdown, and this was the moment that they were working towards. A chance to take the field one more time with an opportunity to win it. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they find them after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
You know, it's pretty clear just watching this unfold. They want to find a way to get this player in space where he's most dangerous. Defenders made sure they kept him contained and limited what came off on that one.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They send a tight end in motion. It's Warren on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. A lot of pressure riding on this kick. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. New set of downs for him from the 31. First and 10. Here's Jackson. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Certainly got to pick your shots. Wouldn't it be aggressive defensively, Kate, when you get here to overtime? You send a blitz, it better get home. It better have an effect, and that time it did, forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Henry. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold it right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
At the 31. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Kind of a curious call there, Kate, because the passing game, it's not worked real well for them in regulation, and that operation, that wasn't good enough either.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation, and they need his kick to be perfect by this point of the game. Starts his return from the 23. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Warren once more. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. He's going to run for it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
The Steelers, 1st down. It's a gain of 10.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Right an inside give to Warren. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at 2nd down.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Warren. He danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Throwing now. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
All set to go now from the 35. Warren here from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be unable to stop the clock again here in overtime.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
53-yard attempt.
It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! And they've taken back the lead.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they only needed a field goal to end it as their guy connected on an absolute bomb through all the pressure to claim a heck of a win here in overtime. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Baltimore.